Hi, Dana. I wanted to comment on your post. I appreciated your diligence in working towards finding additional information towards the risk of alcohol relapse scale. It sounds like there wasn't much research out there for you to find, preventing you, from being able to really go in depth about the scale and really what that or what it looked like. I think I would really have liked to have more information on what the actual entailed. Was it like a series of questions? Was it open-ended questions? Like, who was the one providing it? I know you said it was in inpatient treatment centers, but was it like clinicians, social workers doing it? Was it nurses? Like, who was the one that was administering the scale to the population? And so I think, that would be something to know. And then I think as well, it sounded like there were a lot of limitations to the study, like you said, like incomplete data. So incomplete data, does that mean just like we were saying, the lack of research, or this they didn't finish studying it, like it only was studied one time? What does that look like? And the same thing of the poor follow-up rates, like what did that look like? I think it sounded like you did work towards finding some information, but it wasn't in there. One thing that you did say was that it did appear to be some type of good resource and that you would recommend it to clinicians. And I think for me, I would question if there was limited research on it and you couldn't find much information and there were various limitations. Why would you want to recommend, or what would be the benefit of recommending this scale to some of the clinicians you work with, to help provide those, or help find those alcohol relapse rates, especially because they said there was, like you had said, there was incomplete data, and then it had poor follow-up rates. So I think that would be something, and then there wasn't information on predicting relapse in general. So I think that would be a concern that I would have on using the scale as well, or recommending it to a fellow coworker or peer, knowing the various limitations, and if it is even beneficial to help for clients and what that looks like. It sounds like in theory it is a amazing scale that if there was further research or data to prove that it was, or not even prove, but to show the validity and reliability, it would be extremely beneficial to understand relapse rates in people with substance use disorders, and then finding out those reasons as to why. I 100% agree with you that I don't think it should be only limited to inpatient treatment facilities. I definitely feel like, a lot of what I have came across in the scale that I have reviewed, as well as others that I have read, a lot of them seem to be provided through these inpatient facilities. And I think we should expand upon the setting in which these scales are being administered and finding different resources, because people who are coming in for treatment are going to have different reasons for relapse than those who are not getting treatment or have tried to do it on their own and such. So I believe, that I 100% agree that just to provide it within a treatment facility is not going to be beneficial. And as I said, it sounds like, this simple assessment for relapse sounds in theory wonderful, but I would have really liked some more information as to what the scale actually looked like, the lack of data, and the benefits of using it in a clinical setting. So thank you so much for reviewing the scale, providing as much information as you could, and I have appreciated your post.